Knew that we would need to do a lot of other updating. And so many times in construction, beginning work in a significant way requires you to do a lot of work. You can't just do some of it. And the cost of doing the complete project became so significant that it just did not make the best sense to do that.
The university sees this as a step forward. Director of Housing Sue Gildersleeve believes that although the buildings have historical significance, the decision shows a dedication to the constantly growing student body.
I think what it means is, we're always going to be looking for the best way to take care of the students who live on campus. So we've done our very best to identify what students want, what makes them most feel at home when they're on campus, what supports their studies and other academic interests the best. So we just knew with Cather and Pound Halls, we could not do that in the way that our students feel best about long term. And so it just says the university is always looking for the best ways to be good stewards of the resources that we have to use to take care of students. And I think it just means we're willing to shift what we thought we would do originally, which was to renovate those facilities, and instead replace them with newer facilities that would really help students and appeal to students.
Now, I do want to note that the university has not decided to tear down these residence halls yet. The Board of Regents meets Friday at 9 a.m. to determine the fate of these historic residence halls. Live at Cather Pound, Dwayne Taylor, Star City News. Lauren, Michael, back to you.
Thanks, Dwayne. Irving Middle School students continue to mourn a classmate who was killed by a vehicle on Saturday night. 13-year-old Taylor Miller was struck by an eastbound pickup truck while running across a crosswalk on West O Street. Students brought flowers, balloons, and stuffed animals to add to Miller's memorial at the corner of 20 and West O Monday afternoon. And they also held a candlelight vigil on Monday night.
And Lincoln police arrested 6 people after they found material to make methamphetamine at a home on 427 East Street. After stopping 35-year-old Aaron Collins and his 31-year-old passenger Desmond Hauser for a traffic violation near 17th and P Street. Officers carried out a search warrant for their home where they found 3 plastic totes containing meth ingredients. George Zindorf, Dennis Thompson, and 2 17-year-old girls were also arrested. All 4 adults are currently in jail. And a Nebraska State Patrol officer arrested a California woman after he discovered methamphetamine in her rental car. Police stopped 42-year-old Heather Valley for a traffic violation on Interstate 80 near Lincoln, where she said she was traveling to Des Moines in a friend's rental car. After a police dog was called, officers found 12 pounds of meth inside the car doors. Valley is in jail on suspicion of possession of meth with the intent to distribute and no drug tax stamp.
And if you're traveling on Nebraska highways over the holiday break, make sure to buckle up. The Nebraska Office of Highway Safety will be cracking down on unbuckled seatbelts as part of its Click It or Ticket initiative. The office is granting various departments across the state money to pay officers for overtime in an effort to enforce safer travel. The first of 2 holiday initiatives will run from November 21st to November 27th. And a Grand Island woman is facing felony child abuse charges and up to 6 years in prison. Police arrested 41-year-old Stephanie Wedge Friday after she let 6 children ride on the outside of her Ford Expedition on skateboards. After Wedge stopped the car, all 6 of the children fell off and 2 were taken to the hospital with head injuries. Wedge was also charged with 4 counts of misdemeanor child abuse and 1 count of reckless driving.
And Time Warner Cable is switching markets. Charter Communications announced its launch of its Spectrum brand in Lincoln this morning. Charter purchased Time Warner, and officials say Spectrum's features include much faster internet speeds, no data caps, and customers are no longer required to sign contracts. Company officials say the switch over won't happen until early next year.
And Governor Pete Ricketts will return with good news following his trek through Asia. Ricketts visited the continent in an effort to tout Nebraska beef and pork products. And Tuesday morning, it was announced that 9 different Asian companies had signed agreements to purchase Nebraska-made products in the near future. Ricketts said that these agreements will help Nebraska's farms and ranches for many years to come. Coming up on Star City News, we've got the latest on car thefts across the city.
And where does Nebraska rank among the states in flu-related deaths? See that and more after the break.
Auto thefts continue to rise in Lincoln, but they could be leading to bigger crimes. I'll have the details after the break.
Welcome to the Adele Coriel Hall Learning Commons. This new addition will soon become the scholastic hub of City Campus. Enjoy the vibrant learning environment designed to accommodate and promote academics. The Commons also has a number of private study rooms to gather and collaborate with classmates and friends. Come visit the Adele Coriel Hall Learning Commons at Love Library today.
One wrong choice can make you feel like the walls are closing in. Sometimes, you don't know where to turn. Student Legal Services is here for you when those situations strike. SLS attorneys offer free legal advice and representation to registered UNL students. Don't let one wrong decision ruin your future plans. Contact Student Legal Services at 402-472-3350 or visit our office at the UNL Student Union.
The College of Journalism and Mass Communications is the perfect place for higher learning. Students have the chance to study journalism, broadcast journalism, and ad PR. Our distinguished students have the best possible resources with equipment, professors, and internships. Coming soon is the first of its kind, Interactive Digital Media Hub. The future is bright at the CoJMC. Why not make yours too? Enroll today. Visit journalism.unl.edu.
In 2012, the national percentage of adults reporting that they drank too much alcohol before driving was 1.9%. In that same year, Nebraska adults reported 3.4%, nearly twice as much as the national average. People know they shouldn't drive, yet they still do. People go out and plan on coming back home. But as we all know, everything doesn't always go as planned. Inform those around you about the risks of drunk driving.
Welcome back to Star City News. Car thefts are not only a big concern for Lincoln Police, but October numbers show a record high of car thefts.
We go live to Star City's Carly Jensen, who has more on the increasing trend. Carly?
Lauren and Michael, these car thefts are happening all around Lincoln. The trend started back in the beginning of 2016, but really grew in late spring. I talked to London Kyle, whose car was broken into, and she was one of the first victims of the string of robberies. London Kyle is a student at UNL and parked her car like normal outside her home.
I remember pushing lock, but it was my little sister's car that was broken into, so I guess I was unfamiliar with the car.
When she went out to her car in the morning, there were no signs of forced entry, but her valuables were missing.
I checked for my purse immediately and it was gone. And then I just sat in the front seat while I called the cops, and the change was gone and my glasses were gone. I just kind of kept seeing more things that were missing.
This was just one of 234 car thefts in May. That number has grown to 317 car thefts in October, which is the highest the capital city has seen. And Lincoln police reports show that in 60% of these cases, the vehicles are unlocked.
Oftentimes when we talk with citizens, they'll say, oh, I leave my vehicle unlocked because I don't want them to break the window. I don't leave anything in my car of value anyway.
One of the incidents was an unlocked car parked in the driveway of a family's home. It didn't appear to have valuables in it, but the spare keys to a Chevy Silverado were in the vehicle, allowing the robbers to steal the nearby truck.
Cases this weekend illustrated why there are items many people forget inside their vehicle that could lead to larger crimes.
Another item that led to a home break-in was an unlocked car with a garage opener inside of it. Officer Flood urges Lincoln citizens to always lock their vehicles no matter what is inside.
We've caught people in the past, but I think there's more than one group of individuals going around stealing from cars. So don't give yourself a false sense of security just because one or two people have been arrested. They continue.
Kyle says after the theft, she's a lot more cautious as to locking her car no matter where she is, which is smart because these thefts are not happening in any particular area or at a targeted neighborhood. They're everywhere in Lincoln. So like Officer Katie Flood said, no matter where you are or what is in your car, to make sure you lock it because you're always vulnerable. Reporting live for Star City News, I'm Carly Jensen. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Carly. With chilly weather, falling leaves, and sweater weather upon us, Nebraskans are also preparing for the dreaded flu season. Nebraska ranks 12th among states where people are more likely to die from the flu. Since 2015, more than 1,087 Nebraskans have died from flu or pneumonia-related illnesses. Other states which rank high among flu-related deaths include Kentucky, North Dakota, Missouri, and Hawaii with almost 10,000 deaths. Officials say people in cold areas are able to fight off the flu better than people in warmer areas. UNL offers free flu shots to students and $30 for faculty and staff.
Donald Trump and Mike Pence met Tuesday to discuss potential members of the administration's cabinet. The pair must figure out who they want to join them when Trump formally takes office in January. Monday night, it was revealed that former New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani has emerged as the favorite for Secretary of State, but many of the most important cabinet positions are still up for decision. And just when you thought you'd heard enough about political email scandals, Vice President-elect Mike Pence is dealing with some trouble of his own after he and President-elect Donald Trump spent months exposing Hillary Clinton with her own email scandal. The Pence administration is now fighting in court to hide the contents of one specific email from a, quote, political ally. Experts surrounding the case say a ruling in favor of Pence could set a dangerous precedent.
And changes will soon be coming to the White House. President-elect Donald Trump has announced 2 administration appointments Sunday. Trump named Republican National Committee Chair Reince Priebus as his chief of staff. Trump also named former CEO of Breitbart Steve Bannon as the chief strategist. White nationalist leaders say they view Bannon as an advocate in the White House for certain policies they favor. Democrats and activists say Bannon helped encourage the alt-right movement. And people all across the country continued to protest the election of Donald Trump. Thousands of students have exited classrooms and took to the streets to chant slogans and voice their concerns. Protests took place in Los Angeles, Denver, Portland, Oregon, and many others Monday. Students in Omaha have also staged protests outside Central High and Northwest High School. More demonstrations are expected to continue throughout the week.
Longtime PBS anchor Gwen Ifill passed away Monday afternoon. Ifill died following her battle with cancer. She was perhaps best known as a co-host of PBS's NewsHour and was also known for her role as a debate moderator. Ifill worked at the Washington Post, New York Times, and NBC before moving on to PBS. She was just 61 years old. And Google has taken it upon itself to try and combat the influence of fake news websites. The multi-billion-dollar company will target fake news by preventing websites with misleading content from using Google's AdSense advertising network. The announcement comes after Google, Facebook, and Twitter faced backlash after allowing false information to spread throughout the 2016 presidential election. And Lauren, the temperatures continue to get better and better.
Yes, they do, but how long do we think they'll last? Cody has more on weather coming up.
Look for a way to give back to the community. The Nebraska's Humane Society Pelock Pet Adoption Center is located off of 70th Street and Highway 2. The Capital Humane Society is always looking for cat, dog, and critter lovers to help comfort and play with the animals as they find their forever homes. Stop in or go to www.capitalhumanesociety.org to learn how you can give back to the community today.
Good evening, Lincoln, with your Star City weather forecast. I'm Cody Carlin. Well, as Michael and Lauren had said, it's been pretty warm lately, and well, today was no exception. Check out these temperatures. Currently, we are at 74 degrees under sunny skies here in the capital city. Pretty nice considering that it is halfway through the month of November already. Our almanac will show that we were really close to breaking our 2001 record of 76 degrees. We did hit a high of 74, but our low was pretty close to average, nowhere near that record set back in 1940. We were only 2 degrees off the average for this time of year, but tomorrow night we will actually have warmer temperatures. Our forecast for tomorrow, it'll be sunny and windy. Look at those wind speeds out of the south, 20 to 25 miles an hour, but it will be warm, 76 degrees, and it should be warm for the next few days or so as we look at our 7-day forecast. Wednesday, 76, Thursday, 69, so still quite a bit above average, but changes come on Thursday night. We do have the chance for, yes, I'm about to say it, that 4-letter word, some snow here in Lincoln. It's going to be just some flurries, nothing that's going to stick. But then after that, we're going to see a major cool down. Look at Friday, 42 for a high. And then for your weekend forecast, really chilly, 43 for a high on Saturday. Sunday warming up slightly to 49. And then we start to see a little bit of a warm up once again into the 50s on Monday and Tuesday. So more seasonable-like conditions on Monday and Tuesday. But guys, I hope you're ready for the game. Have your jackets ready. Wind chills on Saturday morning could be in the teens.
I'm okay with it. I just bought a really cute jacket. I don't know about you guys.
Cody Carlin, I'm from Texas, so I am not that enthusiastic about the weather report you just gave.
You better get ready, man. It's coming.
Michael Snow's coming up with sports. What do we got, Michael?
Whoops, no audio played. You right? Yeah. Well, I don't know what's coming up on sports, but that.
One wrong choice can make you feel like the walls are closing in. Sometimes, you don't know where to turn. Student Legal Services is here for you when those situations strike. SLS attorneys offer free legal advice and representation to registered UNL students. Don't let one wrong decision ruin your future plans. Contact Student Legal Services at 402-472-3350 or visit our office at the UNL Student Union.
Look for a way to give back to the community. The Nebraska's Humane Society Pelock Pet Adoption Center is located off of 70th Street and Highway 2. The Capital Humane Society is always looking for cat, dog, and critter lovers to help comfort and play with the animals as they find their forever homes. Stop in or go to www.capitalhumanesociety.org to learn how you can give back to the community today.
Welcome back to Star City News. I'm Michael Snow with all the latest in sports. Now, Nebraska advanced to 8-2 last Saturday against Minnesota, but it did come at a cost. On the final touchdown of the night, quarterback Tommy Armstrong did tweak his hamstring, and head coach Mike Riley says the team is handling this situation much like they did last week.
A lot different kind of injury. It's a leg, it's a hamstring. I think we're going to approach it like we did a week ago. We're just going to find out how he does, and see where he is. Riker will be taking the snaps, backed up by Zach Darlington, backed up by Patrick O'Brien, who I hope we don't have to play.
And Monday Night Football last night did not disappoint. The New York Football Giants took on the Cincinnati Bengals, and it was a good one. Early in the first quarter, Eli Manning finds Jarrell Adams from the 10-yard line to put the Giants up 7-0 early, but not to be outdone. The Bengals' Andy Dalton throws an absolute strike downfield to Tyler Eifert, the big man, the big tight end, 71-yard reception, but he is running out of gas. He got caught there, but that is okay. It would set up A.J. Green for a 13-yard touchdown pass. There you see A.J. with a nice catch with contact. We move to the second quarter where Eli Manning connects with Odell Beckham Jr. for the touchdown. Now, Odell, he's not just a football player. The man can dance. The judges gave this one a 9.3, and even the Russian judge gave it an 8.4. After an 84-yard kick return, Jeremy Hill takes it in from the 9-yard line, and not to be outdone, we saw the thriller. Now we see the Harlem Shake. Early in the fourth quarter, Sterling Shepard scores from 3 yards out. Here you see the pass from Eli Manning. That was Eli Manning's 100th touchdown pass at home in his career, and that would be enough to seal the game for the Giants. The Giants moved on to 6-3 on the season, and the Bengals fall to 3-5-1. And Nebraska women's basketball struggled mightily last night in a battle with number 25 Missouri. The Huskers shot under 20% from the field and scored just 35 points in a 55-35 loss. The Huskers fall to 1-1 on the year and host Colorado State on November 17th. And the men's team is back in action tonight against head coach Tim Miles' alma mater, University of Mary. Tip-off is set for 7:05, and our very own Michael Dixon will be on the call on BTN+. And one final thought, my producer Brett is a huge fan of Tuesday Night Action, and he would be remiss if I didn't mention tonight's games. Well, Brett, you got Kent State taking on Bowling Green and the Fighting Frank Solches in Ohio taking on Central Michigan. That's all I got for sports. Coming up next on Star City News, Kennedy is going to have all of your entertainment news, including a remake of a childhood movie and a huge name coming to perform at Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Welcome to the Adele Coryell Hall Learning Commons. This new addition will soon become the scholastic hub of City Campus. Enjoy the vibrant learning environment designed to accommodate and promote academics. The Commons also has a number of private study rooms to gather and collaborate with classmates and friends. Come visit the Adele Coryell Hall Learning Commons at Love Library today.
Hi, I'm Kennedy Strowater with your latest in entertainment. Emma Watson has hung her cloak in the closet, put her wand away, and is trading spells for songs. She is now Belle in the live-action Beauty and the Beast.
Father's place.
Come into the light.
The trailer came out yesterday and has already been watched over 3 million times. The Disney classic came out in 1991 and brought magic to kids all over the world. Let's hope the 2017 adaptation brings the same twinkle to kids' eyes in April. Live from New York, Kristen Wiig is back on the stage of 8H. Kristen Wiig is hosting SNL for her second time since her departure in 2012. Wiig had numerous original characters on her 7-season run, like Gilly, the mischievous schoolgirl, the Target Lady, Penelope, the one-upper, and Denise, the odd sister on the Lawrence Welk Show.
Barbie. This lady is about to spill the beauty beans. We have a magic book. What do I have to do for attention?
And those aren't even her best impressions. I'm crossing my fingers she brings back some of those original characters, and maybe she's perfected a few new impressions since she left. Like Sue would say, I'm so freaking excited! Model and Lincoln native Ashley Graham was Woman of the Year honoree at the Glamour Magazine Awards last night. She's the first plus-size model to appear on the cover of Sports Illustrated Swimsuit Edition magazine, and now has her own plus-size swimsuit collection, and an Ashley Graham Barbie doll was just released today. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was named People's Sexiest Man Alive. Every year, People magazine chooses the sexiest man alive. Last year was Chris Hemsworth, but this year it went to the former professional wrestler turned box office hit actor. The Rock is known best for his role in the Fast and Furious movies franchise and his rock-hard body. Pinnacle Bank Arena will be on a whole new level in August when Bruno Mars takes the stage to sing his biggest hits.
Showtime. Guess who's back again? Oh, they don't know. Oh, they don't know. I bet they know as soon as we walk in.
That was 24K Magic off of his new album that drops this Friday. He hasn't released a new song since 2014 when he was featured in Mark Ronson's monster hit, Uptown Funk. I'm Kennedy Stillwater, and that is all for entertainment. Coming up next, Julie will tell you the latest in social media.
What would we do if we won the Powerball jackpot?
That's daunting to think about.
The music may change, but we'll still be there. Music, sports, and more. 90.3 KRNU.
The College of Journalism and Mass Communications is the perfect place for higher learning. Students have the chance to study journalism, broadcast journalism, and ad PR. Our distinguished students have the best possible resources with equipment, professors, and internships. Coming soon is the first of its kind, Interactive Digital Media Hub. The future is bright at the CoJMC. Why not make yours too? Enroll today. Visit journalism.unl.edu.
Hi, I'm Julie Smith. Social media has been blowing up with photos of last night's supermoon. According to NASA, the moon won't be this close to Earth again until 2034. There were a lot of pictures posted, but this was one of my favorites. If you didn't catch it, that's a tortilla, not the moon. And if you've missed it the last few nights, tonight's moon will be almost as big, so get out there and get your own pictures. But you know who won't be posting any pics of the moon is 20-year-old Kendall Jenner. Her Instagram account vanished over the weekend, leaving her 68 million followers with no explanation. Jenner still hasn't come out with a reason, but some think it may have something to do with her recent scare when a man was found trespassing at Jenner's Hollywood Hills home. Or maybe she's borrowing a page from Kim Kardashian's playbook. That's all for social media today. Back to you, Lauren and Michael.
And for the last 8 years, social media has enjoyed the seemingly buddy-buddy relationship between President Barack Obama and Vice President Joe Biden.
And post-election, people have been channeling their frustration into memes like these.
I gotta be honest with you, Lauren. Seeing these throughout their 8 years has been quite refreshing, and I'm just dying and hoping that both Trump and Pence will have at least something similar to this.
I agree. After all the negative stuff, it'd be nice to have some positive things appearing on Facebook and Instagram.
And at the same time, I'll be honest, I think that you and I, chemistry-wise, we can compete.
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
I think so.
No doubt.
For everybody at Star City News and for Lauren Reams, I'm Michael Dixon signing off. Join us next Thursday.